All right, we'll wait for some people to get in here, but yeah. So 2022-2023 college football bowl picks with Clayton here. He's a
Uh,
Michigan fan, so
yeah,
yeah,
feels better. Back to back playoff spots at number two.
yeah,
Hey, even if we lost, Ohio State would still make it. Even though we still got to play the number one team,
yeah. Now we got to play the number one team.
aka the Georgia Bulldogs.
Yeah. What's going on, Neo and AB?
How y'all
So,
doing tonight for this
what's
nice
going on, Landon?
Monday?
So,
Got got a lot of good games this year. Let's hope
yeah,
I can keep track of the games like last year because some of them got canceled or teams moved
yeah.
because
So,
of COVID.
yeah, so we are here for 2022-2023 college football bowl picks. As tomorrow the bowl season starts, we actually have two bowl games tomorrow at 11:30 a.m. We have the Hometown Lenders Bahamas Bowl, and we have the Duluth Trading Cure Bowl. I'm not so sure why the Bahamas Bowl is starting at 11:30 a.m. so early. It's 11:30 a.m. in the Bahamas as well. Feel like it should be a bit of a later start, but you know.
Uh,
And then the second game, UTSA versus Troy. It's actually a ranked matchup. That is at 3 o'clock. Why? I don't understand why these bowl games are so early in the day.
but especially like 11:30. Yeah, we all should still be in school by right there.
Yeah, a lot of people will be in work too.
School, work, whatever.
Yeah, they'll be playing the Sugar Bowl, I believe. The Alabama Crimson Tide. They'll be playing Kansas State. So
Ooh, that's a good game.
yeah, but
Ah, wow.
hopefully we get some more people in here. I'm gonna try to promote the stream before we start. See if some people will join. So
But,
all right, so I got it there. I don't know where Clayton went, but yeah, hopefully he'll be back. As we are going to be getting started with the Bahamas Bowl, as the Miami, Ohio Redhawks face the UAB Blazers in that matchup. So, okay, he's back. What's going on, Andrew? How's it going?
what up, guys? Sorry, man. What up?
Okay, and like I said, the Bahamas Bowl, it'll be Miami, Ohio versus UAB. UAB
Wow.
is
10.5 favorite.
favored,
Dang.
so
Dang.
UAB is the favorite in this one. They are
Like,
favored by 10.5.
dang. That big of a spread for 2 6 and 6 is dang.
Yeah,
That's kind of a
definitely,
big.
definitely feel like UAB is a better team. We'll see what happens there. Basketball is ranked higher than Alabama football for the first time since they. Wow, that's something, Neo.
Something,
Did
yeah.
not see that coming. But the Bahamas Bowl, Miami, Ohio. Not so too sure who's going to play quarterback in that game, Avian Smith or Brett Gabbert. But I do know for UAB they do have the leading rusher in FBS Dwayne McBride with over 1,700 rushing yards this year, and that could definitely be a big boost for UAB in this one. And I'm going to pick UAB, so
Same.
I'm gonna go
Same. Give me
UAB.
UAB too.
Yeah, I mean, I actually and crazy enough, I'm gonna pick UAB to cover the 10.5.
So wow, covered 10.5 too. Dang.
Yeah. So I feel like they'll have a major advantage offensively. I don't hate Miami's defense, but as shown in these bowl games over the past 2 years, the offense has been really had the advantage over the defense. So in that case, I am gonna take UAB. They have an All American running back on their roster. Got to respect it there. So,
Yeah, I gotta agree with you with that there.
yeah. So the second game of tomorrow at 3 o'clock p.m. Eastern Time, UTSA versus Troy in a ranked matchup in the Cure Bowl. Interesting matchup here. You got the Sun Belt champions Troy,
Versus
and
the
it looks like Neo and Landon also have UAB,
conference.
and you have the Conference USA champion UTSA. So
Ooh, that's a good game.
UTSA, yeah, very good game. UTSA is a 1 point favorite. I'm going to
Ooh,
say this right here. I think this is going to be a high scoring game. I think there's going to be a lot of scoring in this one.
for real.
Troy has the better defense, but UTSA has the better offense by quite a bit. Troy's offense is just but UTSA doesn't have the defensive presence that can shut down Troy in this one. I do think it's going to be a nail biter to the end. We're going to get a lot of points. The over under in this game is 57. I would take the over. So, and Troy was favored for a couple weeks. Now they are an underdog all of a sudden today. So looks like that's good news for UTSA. And yeah, I'm going to pick UTSA. I think their quarterback Frank Harris coming back is huge. He will be playing. Both teams should have solid contributors playing in this one, but I think UTSA is the edge offensively. And this could be a game where UTSA just pulls away in the fourth quarter, if it's not close. What do you think, Clayton?
That's a good game, man. That's gonna be a good game. Wow, that's gonna be a tough one. The top 25 or 24. Ooh, that's tough.
Yeah.
Let's go with the first disagreement here. Give me Troy. Give me Troy.
Troy. The whole chat is Troy too. So that's not a bold prediction, Chase, right now. We are doing the Cure Bowl. Ohio State is not in the Cure Bowl, so
Ohio
but
State's like the Peach Bowl, are they? Peach
yeah.
Bowl?
Yeah, Chase thinks they're in the Cure Bowl and they're gonna host 49 to
No,
0.
no. Why would Ohio State be in a Cure Bowl? Who even? That's like MAC versus Conference USA.
Yeah. Conference USA versus Sun Belt, yeah. But yeah. Y'all think the Lions are gonna win the Super Bowl? I
Mm,
don't know about that. I
I-
don't know if they're gonna make the
give him, give him,
playoffs.
give him a couple more years.
Yeah. But yeah, I'm gonna take UTSA. Clayton's taking Troy.
First
All right,
disagreement.
Saturday. We have 6 games on Saturday. It should be fun. And we also actually 7 games. We also have an FCS game. We'll
Wow,
just get the FCS game out of the way. That shouldn't be too hard. It's going to be Jackson State versus NC Central in the Cricket Celebration Bowl. Oh yeah, I was gonna say UTSA is obviously gonna cover the 1 point in my opinion because I picked them. Jackson State versus NC Central. Jackson State is a 14-point favorite in this one at 12-0. So
give me Jackson State.
I'm going to go Jackson State too. I think just, players will be playing for a lot. Last game for Deion Sanders as he leaves to take the Colorado job. And, players will have a heavy heart. And I just think they're the much better team than NC Central. NC Central, not a bad team, but Jackson State has looked absolutely dominant in every game they've played this season. Don't really see an issue here. I think they'll definitely win this one. 12-0.
Yeah.
12-0. So, and I'm going to say NC Central covers the 14. It'll be plus 14.
Ooh.
Okay, so the Fenway Bowl. This is an interesting one. Cincinnati versus Louisville. The main reason why this one's interesting, Louisville's head coach, Scott Satterfield, left Louisville to take the Cincinnati job. So
Wow.
there could be a bit of interest in that game. So Cincinnati at 9-3, Louisville at 7-5. Louisville is a 2-point favorite in this game.
Wow, that's kind of a shock to me. I didn't expect
Yeah.
Louisville to be favored.
Yeah. Cincinnati, I think they have the better defense in this one. I don't think Louisville is a terrible defense, but some guys have been opting out for Louisville. Same for Cincinnati, but I feel like Louisville's had more like opt-outs that are more significant in this one. And in that case, I'm going to take Cincinnati. Louisville starting quarterback Malik Cunningham opted out. Their wide receiver 1, Tyler Hudson, opted out, and their running back 1, Tyon Evans, opted out as well. Cincinnati should have enough talent in this one to win, although Josh Wiley and Evon Pace did opt out as well to declare for the draft. But I think Cincinnati will be able to take this one. I could see Louisville players being motivated due to the fact that Satterfield left, but give me the underdog in this one. Louisville lost to Air Force last year, which was kind of interesting. I didn't. I actually picked Louisville to win that one, and they just got absolutely bulldozed by Air Force out of nowhere. I think Cincinnati's going to take advantage in this one. What do you think?
I gotta
Cole?
agree. I gotta agree with you. Give me Cincinnati.
Um, yeah, I mean, I think Cincinnati wins one. They're getting their starting quarterback Ben Bryant back too. He was out due to injury. Their last game versus Tulane. So give me that Cincinnati. So hey, Asia's joined the channel. I really appreciate that, Asia. We have our first member. As I did start memberships a couple months ago. I didn't promote it to. I promoted it in my community, but I didn't take it too seriously, but I really appreciate that, Asia. I'll be starting some membership content here soon, hopefully promoting that more on this channel. So I really appreciate that, Asia. Asia. So this game was scheduled to be at 7:30. Now it's going to be at 2:30. Florida, Oregon State, and the Las Vegas Bowl. Originally, SMU and BYU and the New Mexico Bowl was supposed to be at 2:30, but due to the Raiders Patriots game being flexed, that game has now been scheduled for 2:30. So Florida is missing a ton of people, ton of opt-outs, ton of transfers, and Oregon State, they have a ton of people in. They are a 10-point favorite over Florida. Former Ohio State quarterback Jack Miller is getting the start for Florida. Oh yeah, I forgot to say Cincinnati will cover the two, obviously, because I have them. So Cincinnati wins. So yeah, I think I'm going to take Oregon State in this one. I don't trust Florida, especially with all the talent that's out in that game. The Oregon State Beavers, they have a chip on their shoulder, had a great season. They seem very motivated to play in this bowl game. I think they're going to take out Florida. I would just like to see. I really don't like these conference tie-ins because an Oregon State, Florida State matchup would have been nice, and you could have just put Florida and Oklahoma together, two 6-6 mediocre teams. But give me Oregon State
Wow.
in this one. Oregon State can run the football. Not the greatest passing team, but Florida State feel like they want it. It doesn't feel like Florida wants to show up in this one. So give me Oregon State and give me the 10. They're going to cover Oregon State.
Give me Oregon State too.
So Florida, not okay, Landon. I can see you.
He's picking Florida. Dang, man.
Yeah, I don't know about that one. They have so many people
I
that
don't
have
know.
opted out, but
Transferred.
yeah, Super Bowl
People are
maybe.
preparing for the NFL draft and all that.
So got Oregon State there. So
Yeah.
the Jimmy Kimmel LA Bowl, featuring the Washington State Cougars and the Fresno State Bulldogs. Um, so Fresno State
Fresno
is
State
favored in this one, I believe, by
by
4,
four. By 4.
9. Washington State at 7-5. So looks like both starting quarterbacks will be playing for Washington State and Fresno State. The only issue I have with Washington State, the main issue I have with Washington State in this game is they had two of their top receivers hit the transfer portal. They've transferred. I think there's definitely some talent that's left that team. Fresno State, Jay Kaner, one of the better quarterbacks in college football, is participating in this game. Washington State did lose to Central Michigan last year, this game, so that's gonna be interesting. I'm gonna go with this is a tough one for me because Clayton. Who do you have in this one? I'll go with you.
That's a good game too. That's what I've
Yeah,
been talking about. I'm gonna go Fresno State.
I'm gonna go Fresno State. Yeah, I see Fresno State in this. I could see him winning in this one. It's interesting because I don't know. I mean, the opt outs, definitely, and the transfers are definitely concerning for Washington State. But I mean, Washington State has a defense. Their defense is not terrible. They've dominated yards in this game. And if Jake Haener can't throw the football consistently, Fresno State isn't a great team. They were able to take out Boise State in the championship game for Mountain West, but man, it's a tough one. But Jake Haener versus Cam Ward. It doesn't seem like as Washington State is also down both coordinators, and Fresno State is full strength. I'm going to take Fresno State. I was leaning towards Washington State for a second, but at the last second I went with Fresno State. I just think there's too much talent there now against a Washington State team that's had a lot of opt-outs and a lot of departures, and Fresno State, I don't know. I mean, Washington State, they lost to Central Michigan last year. I think the Fresno State team's much better. Give me Fresno State. And Jake Dickert, not a bad coach for Washington State, but it's going to be one of those moments where he just, you know, slips down mentally from last year's game and loses to another group of 5 team. And I am going to say Washington State covers the 4. I think it'll be very close.
Be a good game right there.
Yeah. And Landon says Washington State wins.
Picking like all the underdogs here.
Yeah. The Lending Tree Bowl, the Rice Owls versus the Southern Miss Golden Eagles. Southern Miss is favored by 6.5 in this one. They're 6-6. Rice is 5-7. Rice is the only 5-7 team in a bowl game because they needed an extra team, and they had the highest academic rating, so they were eligible.
It could have been like Army or something because Army won their name. The Army name.
Yeah, but I guess they got rejected. Their waiver got rejected because 2 of their wins are against FCS teams. So same with App State. So the Rice offense isn't terrible, but they turn over the ball a lot, which is concerning. Against a Southern Miss team that has stayed close with tons of teams. These teams were actually in the same conference last year. They were both in Conference USA until Southern Miss moved on to the Sun Belt this past year. So kind of a conference matchup from last year, but, not anymore.
Wow.
I don't know about Southern Miss's QB play. I would lean towards Rice in the QB play, but Southern Miss can run the football. Let's look at the NCAA.
They got Frank Gore Jr.
Yeah. And let's look at the NCAA run defense rankings. Where does Rice end up? Are they good against the run or no? Because that'll tell us a lot about this game. The Rice Owls, they rank they rank 92nd against the run, which is not ideal. What does Southern Miss rank against the pass? Because the Southern Miss will have the advantage on the ground, but in the air, Rice will have the advantage. So let's see here. Okay, so passing yards allowed. Southern Miss is, let's see where they are here. It is a bowl game, so anything can happen here. And it's former conference matchup. 75th against the pass. That's okay. Never lose to food. Yeah, Neo. Man. What do you think, Clayton? Who do you think's going to take this?
Give me Southern Miss.
Southern Miss. Yeah. I mean, Rice didn't have a great end to the year, but they were a very good team to start the year. They looked very good. And it looked like they were going to be much better than a 5-7, 6-6 team. I mean, jeez. They will have the advantage in the turnover margin. So I'm going to take an upset. I'm going to take the Rice Owls. Only 8% of people have taken Rice. I'm going to take them in this one. Southern Miss is a very up-and-down team. They lost to Georgia Southern at home this year, 42-14. If I'm correct, Georgia Southern might have the worst defense in the Sun Belt. So looking at that, a team like Rice can pass the football on the Southern Miss team. Definitely. Zero doubt. And I think that could definitely be an upset there. I'm going to take Rice. Obviously, they'll cover because they're underdogs. So we have the New Mexico Bowl, SMU versus BYU. And the line in this game is SMU -4. Not so sure what's going on with Jaron Hall. the starting quarterback for BYU. He has not made a decision yet. He is.
Is he in like the transfer portal or is he like preparing for the NFL draft?
Not sure yet. It sounds like he'll be out due to an injury. So
Uh,
sounds like they'll play three backup quarterbacks. BYU's very weak defensively. I know top receiver Rashee Rice, arguably the best receiver in college football this year. If you don't count Jalen Hyatt, Xavier Hutchinson, and Marvin Harrison Jr., obviously probably the best in college football, has opted out and declared for the draft. But I think SMU is way too much pass offense for BYU to compete in this game. I don't think this one will be close. I think SMU blows out BYU. They don't look like they want to play in this game. SMU is still hanging with their new head coach, Brett Lashley. I think they're still fighting for hope in this game. I don't see it with BYU. SMU wins big. They cover the 4. What do you think, Clayton?
gotta agree with you. Give me SMU because of the same things you said.
Yeah, 70% of people are picking BYU, which I found interesting.
Wow.
I'm shocked by that. I'm not going to lie.
Yeah, people are saying hey, Paul's gonna play.
BYUans, dang. He's taking all the opposites of me, Landon.
Yeah, he's
Have we
picking like
agreed
all
to
the.
anything yet? Let's see. Oh, we agreed to Cincinnati, Jackson State, and UAB. But yeah.
Not you picked Florida. You picked Florida to beat Oregon State.
Yeah. Which is crazy. The North Texas Mean Green versus the Boise State Broncos in the last bowl game for Saturday. That'll be at 9:15 p.m. Eastern Time. The Frisco Bowl. Boise State coming off a hot season. They came off a tough loss in the Mountain West Championship game versus Fresno State. Had one of the better defenses in the country this season in Boise State. North Texas, they just fired Coach Seth Luttrell. They hired Eric Morris. Don't know how the players will feel about that. I felt like this was a mismatch before the firing of Seth Luttrell for North Texas. I'm going to take Boise State in this one big. I'm going to take them to cover the 10.5. What do you think, Clayton?
Yeah, give me Boise State as well.
Boise State. I mean, North Texas, I don't see them competing in this game. I mean, maybe early on, but later it's just not going to be ideal. The Myrtle Beach Bowl, Monday at 2:30 p.m., another early game, which really annoys me on a weekday. Marshall versus UConn. UConn getting to a bowl game was something for sure. I mean, after what they did last year, and we do have some breaking MLB news to stop the we'll stop the stream for a bit. We have some breaking MLB news to report. Carlos Rodon is signing with the New York Yankees.
Wow. Wow.
Sean Heyman. Big addition for the Yankees there. So wonder what the contract will be. But getting back to the Myrtle Beach Bowl, 8-4 Marshall versus 6-6 UConn. What a job by first-year head coach Jim Mora Jr. for UConn to turn this program around. They were able to go 6-6 and get into a bowl game. Marshall had a solid season with a win against at Notre Dame, which was the obviously their top win. Yeah, I mean, both teams will be motivated in this one for sure. I just really like Charles Huff as a head coach for Marshall. I think Marshall's going to take this one. I think Claiborne, Kalon Laybourne will run the football very well in this one. UConn, I do think they keep it closer than people think. I do. But give me Marshall in this one. I do think I really like the potential for Marshall in this game. So, yeah. As Marshall is a 10-point favorite, I am going to say UConn covers the 10. What do you think, Clayton?
Yeah, I gotta go Marshall too, especially when they got some big wins too this year, like against Notre Dame and all that.
Yeah, I mean, great achievement for UConn to make a bowl game, but I think they'll be short.
Especially, yeah, we had to take one of their L's this year because we're that good.
Yeah. So we have 2 bowl games Tuesday, which is interesting. So, let's get this Bull Mania back up.
All right, we got
Eastern
Michigan versus San Jose State.
And San Jose State in the Idaho Potato Bowl. Very, very even matchup in my mind.
San Jose State's favored by 3.5.
San Jose State's 3.5 point favorite. San Jose State had a up and down year. I mean, they had one kid. Since that one kid passed away in a tragic accident, they haven't been themselves, but they haven't been terrible. But they'll be playing with a heavy hurt in this game for sure in a big bowl game versus an Eastern Michigan team that looked very good for most of the season. Their offense was very productive most times. So that's interesting. But I'm going to take San Jose State in this one. I think they'll have the talent advantage in this one. I think they'll run away with this one, actually, and they'll cover the 3.5. What do you think, Clayton?
Ooh, that's tough. Give me Eastern Michigan.
Eastern Michigan. There we go. Take the underdog in that one. Very
There we
well.
go. There we go. We had disagreement.
Could very well see that one, but I'm going to take San Jose State there. So, yeah. Dang. See, Landon. I'm surprised he didn't take North Texas.
Huh. Yeah, because Landon's the Mister who always picks underdogs.
Yeah. The Boca Raton Bowl. Last year it was Western Kentucky and App State. This year it's Liberty and Toledo. So you got the MAC champions versus the Liberty Flames, who are, coming off a loss. They lost Hugh Freeze. Yeah, I mean, I don't know. Liberty, I'm not so sure they really want are going to show up for this game. Toledo will show up. I believe starting quarterback DeQuan Finn will participate in this game, if I'm correct, which will be huge. Liberty, I don't know if they even want to show up again this season after Hugh Freeze left. They looked awful in the San Jose, in the New Mexico State game. And yeah, I mean, Landon heard me say crap about Liberty, so he's taking Liberty. I'm taking Toledo. Toledo will have, you know, I think they'll be able to outscore this Liberty team. I feel like this could be more of a defensive battle than people think, but at the end, I think Toledo will take over here. What do you think, Clayton?
Gotta agree with you. Give me Toledo.
Toledo?
You're the MAC champs.
Team. Yeah, Toledo. I don't know. I mean, they're in the MAC, so yeah. But I'm not going to take Liberty in this one. Just can't. Give me Toledo and San Jose State in those two games. Toledo's a 5-point favorite. I'm going to say Toledo covers as well. Actually, no. You know what? Yeah, I'll say they'll cover because Liberty ain't going to show up. We have one bowl game on Wednesday, the New Orleans Bowl. And this game I'm excited for. Western Kentucky versus South Alabama. Both teams should be at near full strength. Austin Reed, quarterback for Western Kentucky, entered the transfer portal, but he has returned to school. He'll probably start this game, which is huge for Western Kentucky. So, yeah, could see a lot of scoring in this one. South Alabama is a 4.5-point favorite. Western Kentucky, very good offensive team. They may not have as good as solid of a defense out South Alabama has. But one thing about last year's game, a lot of people picked App State to beat Western Kentucky because Western Kentucky had the offense but zero defense. App State had a sliver of defense. That's kind of how it is this year. Give me Western Kentucky in an upset. Austin Reed goes off. South Alabama is not able to outscore this team. They fall off a bit here. Give me Western Kentucky in an upset. Clayton, what do you got?
It's Western Appalachian State screwed me against Western Kentucky last year, so give me Western Kentucky.
Western Kentucky, yeah. So only 25 people are picked Western Kentucky.
Give me the Hilltoppers.
Yeah, the Hilltopper man. And he was picking South Alabama. So yeah. We have one game on Thursday. The Armed Forces Bowl at 7:30. At least that's a night game. We have a night game on Tuesday and a 3:30 game and a 7:30 game. Wednesday we have a 9 o'clock game, then 7:30 game Thursday. Finally, we have some games at night on the weekdays. Baylor and Air Force in the Armed Forces Bowl. Baylor's favored by 5.5 in this one. Air Force, I know they have that triple option type offense. Never want to trust those teams usually, even though they're not horrible. This could be a game where Air Force out physicals Baylor for sure. But give me Baylor in this one. They're 5.5, but I'm going to say Air Force covers the 5.5 in this one. I'm going to take Baylor here. What do you think, Clayton?
Gotta agree with you. Give me Baylor.
Yeah, the Baylor Bears. Dave Aranda will end the season off on a good note. After a disappointing season, I think they'll have a chip on their shoulder to win this game. Friday, we have Two
2
games
games.
Friday, December 23rd, day before Christmas Eve. The Independence Bowl at 3 p.m. Louisiana versus Houston. So Houston's a
Houston's last
7-point
American
favorite.
game.
Huh?
Houston's last game in the American Conference before they go in the Big 12.
Yeah. So 7-point favorite Houston is. Their top wide receiver, All-American Tank Dell has declared for the draft, but will be playing in this game. So I got to see if Clayton Tune, the starting quarterback for Houston, will be playing. He has gained steam as a potential draft pick in this draft. Clayton Tune, quarterback for Houston, which I found interesting. So, but I haven't heard about anything about him skipping the bowl game. I think Houston wins this one by quite a bit. I don't think Louisiana has a great team. I'm actually surprised they even got to 6-6. But give me Houston. They'll cover this. No, I think this will be a game where Houston was winning by a lot. Then Louisiana kind of goes in the garbage time. Scores some points there, and they'll end up covering the 7. This is a tough one, but give me when it comes to the spread. But when it comes to picking the team, give me Houston. What do you think, Clayton? Clayton?
Give me Houston.
Yeah, I'm gonna go Houston in this one, picking them as the favorite. So yeah. And the Gasparilla Bowl, which is also Friday night next week. The Wake Forest Demon Deacons versus the Missouri Tigers. Missouri Tigers, yeah, they you know, opted out of the bowl game against Kansas for whatever reason. Not so sure if Sam Hartman's going to play in this game for Wake Forest. So
It's only a 1 point Wake Forest for the spread.
yeah, they're 1-point favorites. Wake Forest, tough one here, man. I mean,
Here's the
you know,
thing: CJ seems to almost beat some pretty good teams. Like Wake Forest almost beat Clemson when they were good. They're not good right now.
yeah,
And
Missouri,
Missouri almost beat the #1 team
yeah.
in Georgia.
Trying to
Man,
see if there's the amount of opt outs in this one.
God, this is good.
There's probably a prediction here, so I can see.
It's gonna be a good game,
Yeah,
man.
yeah. I'm not so sure who's going to win this one right now. It's tough.
God,
But
man.
right now,
I'm gonna go. I'm gonna go Missouri. I'm gonna go Missouri. Nah. Hold on. Nah, screw it. Give me Wake Forest. Screw it. Give me
yeah.
Wake Forest.
The thing about Missouri here, their top one of their top receiver Dominic Levitt has entered the transfer portal. So that's definitely a loss there. So, but I don't know. I mean, this is a tough one. This is so 50-50. It could go either way. You know?
Especially when the spread's only 1 point.
Yeah. But I think, I don't know, man. I think at the end of the day, I do believe Wake Forest will come out victorious here. I think they'll have enough offense to take out Missouri. I could see this being a game. I think this could definitely be a no, but I'm going to take Wake Forest though. Obviously, going to cover the one.
Mhm.
Yeah. What do you? So you take Wake Forest?
Yeah, I already picked Wake Forest.
Yeah,
Already.
got to go Wake Forest in that one. So and the Gasparilla Bowl and Christmas Eve football at 8 p.m. The DC Post Hawaii Bowl. We have the Middle Tennessee Blue Raiders versus the San Diego State Aztecs. So you know, um, the San Diego State is favored by quite a bit in this one, as they are 7-point favorites. Yeah, they are definitely the more dominant team, especially defensively. Middle Tennessee has so many inconsistencies on their team. Hard to pick them. I'm going to say San Diego State wins this one. Although nobody expected Middle Tennessee to win their bowl game last year, but I just don't think Toledo had the defense last year that San Diego State can possess in this game. San Diego State will take this one. What do you think, Clayton?
I'm gonna go San Diego State.
Yeah, I mean, I like what Jalen Maiden, their recent quarterback, has done. Who they've put in over the past few weeks. He's definitely lifted the San Diego State team that looked like they weren't going to make the bowl game at one point. But not there's just not enough for me to take an upset in that one. I mean, so yeah, but I do have no, never mind. But I think Wake Forest and Missouri is definitely more 50-50 than people think. But so I got Wake Forest, but San Diego State, that won't be whatever. The Quick Lane Bowl in Detroit, we have New Mexico State versus Bowling Green. That will
A
be the
place,
day after
a place
Christmas.
where I was just at last Sunday.
Huh?
A place I was just at last Sunday, Ford Field in Detroit. We
So
beat
the
the
Bowling Green
Vikings.
Falcons and the New Mexico State Aggies. New Mexico
Wow.
State's definitely had a dream season for what they've done over the past few years. They face a Bowling Green team who's made their first bowl game in 7 years. Yeah, this is a tough one. I mean, I don't know. I think I'm going upset, man. I think I'm going to go with the New Mexico State, actually.
Ooh.
Problem with Bowling Green I have in this one, there's just if they win, they'll win big, but if they lose terribly. That's a concern to me. I don't think New Mexico State applied for a bowl game just to get killed. And again, it's Bowling Green. I don't see that happening. I think New Mexico State's going to play with a lot. I really like Diego Pavia, their starting quarterback who took over later on. He's been really impressive for them. I like Matt McDonald, the starting quarterback for Bowling Green, but man, I don't know. I just think New Mexico State just wants this one more. They'll want it more. What do you think, Clayton?
Gotta agree with. Give me New Mexico State. Let's go.
Yeah, got another upset there. I like it.
This
And
feel like March Madness of football, even
and
though it's not a
yeah,
tournament.
we have 4 games on December 27th, Tuesday. The Camellia Bowl at noon. Georgia Southern versus Buffalo. So two
Buffalo.
6 teams
Wow.
go at it. Georgia Southern, they turn over the ball a lot, but I like their passing game much more than Buffalo. Cole Schneider, very poor quarterback, transfer from Rutgers for Buffalo. I just don't think Buffalo can stay in this one. Um, I think Georgia Southern, they have the better defense in Georgia Southern. That's not saying a ton to me. I'm going to say Georgia Southern. I believe, yeah, they're 3.5 point favorites. I'm going to say Georgia Southern, but on the ESPN app, 61% of people are picking Buffalo. I'm going to go Georgia Southern here. What do you think, Clayton? I think the Sun Belt
Uh,
is rated.
give me Georgia Southern.
Yeah, Chad's picking Buffalo.
See,
Um,
back to his normal games again, picking all the underdogs.
Landon, who did you pick in the New Mexico State and Bowling Green game?
I bet you we picked probably the opposite of the. We picked what he picked. Neo picked New Mexico State, but you know that.
Yeah,
I don't know. I don't know. Who Landon picked. He's not in the chat.
yeah. The first responders bowl here. Interesting game here. The Memphis Tigers and the Utah State Aggies. This will be at 3:15 on Tuesday, December 27th. Yeah, Utah State is very hard to trust. I don't think they're that great. I don't think Memphis is a great team,
They're
but
favored. They're favored.
I don't know, man. They're favored by 7. Oh man, I don't know. Yeah, give me Memphis in this one. I'm not really a I don't know. I
Uh,
just don't.
give me Memphis. Yeah, you're the spreader here.
Yeah, I gotta go Memphis. I think they'll have more offensively. Utah State's very up and down at times. I mean, not gonna trust them there. So yeah, but Memphis. Do they cover the 7? I'm gonna say no. They will not. I think they'll win by like 6 or 7, 5 or 6. But I do think they'll win. So looking at other bowl picks right here. Seems like most.
Landon picked Bowling Green. Landon picked Bowling Green for that.
Oh, of course he did.
He's picking. Of course, he's disagreeing with us. He disagrees with like most of our picks.
Yeah. Seems like Georgia Southern in Buffalo and this side is very 50-50 when it comes to
Yeah,
this. In this
yeah,
one, every single person picked Memphis. Wow. Yeah. I
yeah,
agree.
yeah. It's spread ain't lying to us.
Yeah. So,
All right, next game we got the Coastal Carolina Chanticleers versus the East Carolina Pirates.
yes, we got
East Carolina's favored by 8.
yeah, in your
Wow.
favor. Yeah, I do understand that. Grayson McCall, quarterback for Coastal Carolina, I believe he is playing in the bowl game, but he is under the transfer portal. Um, so East Carolina, I don't know. East Carolina has the worst, yes, I will repeat, the worst passing defense in FBS. And if Grayson McCall plays in the bowl game, he will go off, especially with freshman wide receiver um, Jared Brown there. I am going the Coastal Carolina Chanticleers with a chip on their shoulder as they face new adversity. What do you think, Clayton?
I gotta agree with you, Coastal Carolina. Of course, that
Yeah.
defense sucks for Pirates.
Yeah, East Carolina, worst passing defense in college football. Getting Grayson McCall, quarterback back, will be massive at full strength. I think he's going to finish what he started. He's going to leave his legacy here at Coastal Carolina with a bowl win in the Birmingham Bowl. There. The spread is shocking, though, at 8.
Yeah,
Absolutely
8 points for East Carolina. Like
that's
God,
shocking.
for real.
I know they got crushed by Troy, Coastal Carolina, but that was right before their head coach left. There was a lot of uncertainty. Troy has a way better defense than East Carolina, and Grayson McCall wasn't healthy in that game. He's going to be full strength here. Way worse pass defense. Yeah, the 8 is absurd to me. Absurd.
For real. All right, we
Okay,
got
at 10:15 p.m. on that Tuesday, we have the Guaranteed Rate Bowl. We have the Wisconsin Badgers versus the Oklahoma State Cowboys. Oklahoma State has had tons and tons of portal entries since the transfer portal opened. That is a concern. They are 3-point underdogs. Wisconsin, Graham Mertz, quarterback, has entered the portal. Spencer Sanders has entered the portal for Oklahoma State. I wasn't a fan of Oklahoma State this season. Wisconsin, I feel like I don't know, man. I mean, they've had less portal entries. I believe running back Blair Braylon Allen might still participate in that game, although there's rumors. I'm going to take Wisconsin this one. I think the Big Ten will take a win here, and Wisconsin usually performs very well in these bowl games.
wow. These both these teams are not great at all.
Yeah.
About to pick. Let's go with the underdogs. So Oklahoma State.
All right. I see you.
Let's go with the
Yeah.
underdog.
Landon picked Wisconsin, so he agreed with me.
You disagree with me again?
I just picked Oklahoma State now.
Wait, who picked Oklahoma State?
Nobody else but you.
Oh yeah. Well, Landon agreed with us with the Coastal game. He picked Coastal.
Oh yeah.
That's a first. That's like a first he agreed with us.
Yeah. The
All right,
UFC
next.
Knights versus the Duke Blue Devils in the military, but I'm excited for this matchup. I really like what Duke has done this year. The offense has been very sneaky. UCF overrated. Overrated. That's my song.
Over.
79% of people are picking UCF in this game.
Come on, man. Stop.
I'm taking Duke. They're favored by 3, though. Taking
Give me
Duke.
Duke.
Giving
Duke.
them the cover the spread. Wisconsin will not cover the 3. I think it'll actually be very close, but Wisconsin barely edges out. It's very tough. So, yeah.
Give me Duke. Give me Duke.
Yeah, I think Riley Leonard will have the better game. Just don't trust John Reese Plumlee in that offense there. Just not consistent enough. The Liberty Bowl. We have an interesting matchup. The Kansas Jayhawks versus guess who? The Kansas. Kansas versus Kansas Razorbacks.
Wow.
So
Okay, first time Kansas making a bowl game in like 15 years.
yeah, they're going to be absolutely motivated in this game. Although quarterback KJ Jefferson is returning to Auburn this year, not so sure if he's playing in the bowl. I think he is, though.
Arkansas favored by 3 in this game.
Yeah. I don't know. I mean, Raheem Sanders, our star running back, will be playing, I believe. So yeah, I'm gonna. I as great as can of the season Kansas has had, I gotta go with Arkansas in this one. Sam Pittman's not the type of coach that makes his team give up here. I really think Arkansas is going to take it here. Kansas, great season, just going to fall short though. I mean, 6-7 though, getting to a bowl game is still a great accomplishment for
Yeah,
that
yeah, I
program.
got Kansas that for not making a bowl game in like 15 years or whatever.
Yeah. So who
You
you
s-
picking?
I'm taking Arkansas.
Arkansas. Yeah.
Sorry, Kansas. Sorry, Kansas.
Yeah. Landon and Neo both going Kansas. That's interesting. The line in this game is let's
It's
see,
3.
3 for the Razorbacks. They'll cover the 3.
Yeah. All right. Our next game, we got the Oregon Ducks
That's a
and
good
North
one.
Carolina Tar Heels.
That's a good game. Oregon minus 14 is a massive number. I
Wow.
wow. I know they had a couple portal entries, um, UNC, but Drake May will be playing in that game. I think Oregon. I don't know. Is Bo Nix going to be playing in that game? Because obviously he had the ankle issue. I don't know. But I know Drake May will be playing for. Yeah, sounds like Bo Nix will be playing in that bowl game. UNC's defense is still Swiss cheese, though. I'm going to take Oregon in this one, but UNC will cover the 14. So, yeah.
Yeah, I gotta go with Oregon too. North Carolina's struggled lately.
Yeah. Mac Brown sucks at coaching, so, yeah. I'm going to go with him. So,
All
give
right.
me Oregon. So, we have the Texas Bowl. Texas Tech Red Raiders is the Ole Miss Rebels. So, yeah, Texas Tech was very up and down this year. Ole Miss was kind of too. They started off the season really well, then played some tougher teams and really struggled. Yeah, I don't know, man. What's going on, LC? How's it going? Appreciate you joining the stream. So, um, yeah, what do you
The
think,
Ole
Clayton? I'll
Miss,
start with you in this
Ole
one.
Miss is favored by
Mississippi State
3.5 in this game.
is a 3.5 point favorite.
Uh, Even though Ole Miss has struggled lately, give me Ole Miss.
Yeah, I'm gonna agree with you on this one, with Ole Miss. I don't see an upset here, just for a main reason. Their run game is absolutely insane. Texas Tech's defense is very up and down. You don't know what type of defense you're gonna get out of them. They did shock us last year in the last year. Um, I think it was the Liberty Bowl versus Mississippi State. They did shock us with a big upset, but I don't think they'll repeat that success this year. Um, Mississippi State was kind of notorious for being bad outside of home, but Ole Miss, I just think their run game is going to be way too much for Texas Tech.
Under
But,
Lane Kiffin, yeah.
yeah, I think Ole Miss will find a way here. Let's see. I want to see something here real quick. Tyree Wilson, their star defensive end, Texas Tech. I want to see if he's playing in the bowl game because that could be huge. Landon is going Ole Miss.
Got some
He
guys
won't
agree
play
with
the
us
bowl game.
finally.
Yeah, I got to go Ole Miss, man. Just too much there. All right, so we'll move on to the Pinstripe Bowl, which is December 29th at 2 o'clock. The Syracuse Orange versus the Minnesota Golden Gophers. What's going on, Caden? How's it going? Yeah, we have 3 bowl games Thursday, December 29th. Minnesota's a 7.5 point favorite. Yeah, I mean, Syracuse is going to have some of their top guys, but I don't know. That's really, really tough. Clayton, what do you think about that one?
Wow, Minnesota's favored by 7.5. And Syracuse has struggled lately, so for this game, give me Minnesota.
Yeah. So let me see something real quick here. I don't know if quarterback Tanner Morgan will be playing from
Uh,
Minnesota.
well, it's still got like is Mo Ibrahim playing?
I'll have to check it out.
He's saying they're saying he's doubtful, so
Who, Ibrahim?
No, Tanner Morgan.
Oh, yeah, that's tough.
I think Mo Abraham's gonna play. They're probably just gonna keep giving the ball to him.
Yeah, that sound like it. He'll play Abraham.
They're
So
probably just giving him a lot of carries for the football and just keep giving it, keep giving the ball to him.
I like Minnesota's defense too. I think they'll have too much for Syracuse offense. It's been kind of exposed. Give me Minnesota, but Syracuse covers.
Wow. All right, our next game we got the Oklahoma Sooners against the Florida State Seminoles. Florida State is favored by 7.5.
Yeah, Florida State's covering easily. Oklahoma stinks. Let's be real.
Let's be real. Let's be real. Give me Florida State.
That's a joke of a matchup. I mean, Florida
Well,
State is way better for sure in my
Florida
mind.
State. Florida State just showed us that ever since they lost to Clemson, they were on a roll.
Yeah,
Next
they're
game's
just
a
out of
next
sorts.
game's a good one.
The Oklahoma's just out of sorts. They stink. Give me Florida State in this one. Jordan Travis, starting quarterback, will be playing too.
Well, this is gonna be a good game here. Texas versus Washington.
Texas is a 4.5 point favorite. Interesting.
Wow, interesting. Texas is favored.
Michael Penix will be playing in this game. He's going to be returning to school next year. Give me Washington. Pass game's going to be big.
Give me underdog.
Boy,
Give me the underdogs too. Give me Washington.
yeah, I mean Quinn Ewers. There's definitely uncertainty with him. Quinn Ewers had a disappointing season, to be honest.
I think it's a bit too high for Texas right there.
Yeah, I mean, I think Washington. They really want to play in this game. Probably more than Texas says. I'm going to take them to win. I just don't know.
Wow.
This
Wow,
Texas.
Texas. I think that's a bit too high for Texas for the spread.
We do have 5 bowl games on December 30th. We have the Duke's Mayo Bowl, the Maryland Terrapins versus the
NC State Wolfpack.
NC State.
Maryland's favored. Wow.
Yeah, that's interesting because NC State. I feel like NC State still has a very solid defense. They did lose their offensive coordinator to Coastal Carolina, Devin Leary, the quarterback. He's been out for the year. But he has entered the transfer portal. Yeah, I don't know, man. That's tough.
Man, that's gonna be good.
But I am going to pick the upset in NC State. I'm going to. I love the defensive effort they give. You know, I really thought they impressed in their game versus UNC. Maryland, to end the year, they beat Rutgers 37-0. They played a solid game against Ohio State, but before that, they lost to Penn State 30-0. Lost to Wisconsin 23-10 and barely beat Northwestern. They barely beat
almost beat Michigan.
They had a really disappointing end to the year, Maryland.
It seems like they always get destroyed by like teams like what you call it, like they almost lost to Northwestern, but they can almost beat good teams like Michigan, Ohio State.
I don't know. One of their top receivers, Raheem Jarrett, will be sitting out this game. So
Oh man.
he'll be entering the draft.
You know what? Give me NC State too. Let's do it. NC State.
Let's go. Last year, South Carolina coach Shane Beamer got the Mayo poured on him. This year, it'll be Dave Doran, head coach for NC State. With our predictions. So yeah, got to go with them. Okay, the Tony the Tiger Sun Bowl. We got the Pitt Panthers versus the UCLA Bruins. The UCLA is favored in this one for sure, as quarterback Keaton Slovis has entered the transfer portal. So, yeah, give me UCLA in this one. This should be easy. They have a ton of people playing at full strength. Pitt doesn't at all. Yeah, this is going to be a tough game for Pitt. UCLA -6 is disrespectful to UCLA. Let's be real. Give me UCLA. DTR is playing well. Charbonnet. What do you think?
Give me I will take the UCLA Bruins in this game.
Yeah, I gotta go UCLA, man. Just too much firepower now in this one. I think there's just too much there, man. Especially with Pitt and all the uncertainty there. So,
All right, the next game we got Notre Dame versus South Carolina. Notre Dame favored by 2. That's shocking to me.
Yeah, Taxpayer Gator Bowl, 21 Notre Dame versus 19 South Carolina. I really like what Shane Beamer's done at South Carolina. I don't mind this Notre Dame team, although Notre Dame is going to have a Tyler Buchner could play in this game, who started the season for Notre Dame, but yeah, South Carolina. I have no idea who I'm picking in this one. What do you think, Clayton? Look at the line. Who you got in this one, Clayton?
Give me South Carolina.
South Carolina. Oh man, it's tough.
Who you got?
I'm thinking right now because I don't know. The issue with Notre Dame, they're going to be very one-dimensional because they don't have their quarterback. They won't have their top tight end Meyer. Give me South Carolina. They'll be much more motivated in this one too. I think
After being two good teams like Tennessee and Clemson.
Yeah. Big game. I think so too. Give me South Carolina, yeah. So we got the Ohio Bobcats and the Wyoming Cowboys in the Arizona Bowl.
Even.
It's interesting because, they their quarterback Curtis Rourke is out for the year. But the thing about Ohio, this game's going to be on only Barstool. So
why? Because it's even.
Yeah.
Give me Ohio. Give me Ohio.
Give me Ohio as well. I think they'll end up outplaying Wyoming. I don't think Wyoming has a lot of firepower. Starting running back Titus Swin has also been dismissed from the team, so that also is the loss for the Wyoming Cowboys. Yeah, give me Ohio. They'll have much more firepower too on offense with Sam Wiggless and Sia Bangura, the MAC freshman of the year. The Capital One Orange Bowl, the big game that night. Tennessee Volunteers versus the Clemson Tigers. Joe Milton will be starting for Tennessee. I believe Jalen Hyatt and Cedric Tillman have both opted out of this game. Quitters. They're quitters.
Even though I think Jaden Hyatt is the best receiver in the country.
Yeah.
Especially when he did it against teams like Alabama and stuff like that. Yeah. Did he score? Didn't Hyatt score like 5 touchdowns against Alabama?
Yeah.
Yeah, I knew it was someone like that who scored 5 touchdowns against the Crimson Tide.
Yep. He's a quitter.
Give me Clemson.
Yep. I got to go Clemson too. Cade Klubnik starting that game more than likely. That'll be a major.
Ukulele sucks.
For Clemson, yeah. He's entered the transfer portal already.
If he transfers from Michigan, I'm gonna be annoyed.
He's not transferred. Why did he transfer to Michigan? He got JJ McCarthy.
I know.
I'm hearing he might go to Oregon.
Who?
Oregon for
ukulele.
Yeah.
Wow, if he does.
Yeah.
Wow, we got another good game here. We got Alabama versus Kansas State.
They're gonna have some opt-outs for Bama, that's for sure. Kansas State's Alabama doesn't care about this game. I'm taking Kansas State. Alabama could care less about this game. It's hilarious.
You know what? I'm agreeing with you. Give me Kansas State as well.
Alabama's gonna have nobody playing in this game. They've already had portal entries, Trayshawn Holden and JoJo Earl.
Or draft, or
nobody
preparing for the draft. I know Bryce Young's probably preparing for the draft.
Yeah.
Probably going to the Texans.
They want to show up in this game. Of course, Neo's going to take Alabama. No surprise there. And Landon is taking Kansas State. Just don't think Alabama wants to play in this game.
They're just probably mad that TCU made the playoffs over them.
That's understandable, Neo. And nobody cares about this game. Iowa versus Kentucky. Why are we getting the same matchup 2 years in a row?
Bro, wasn't this a game last year?
Yep.
Oh my God. You know what? Give me Iowa. Screw it.
Yeah,
I know is Will Levis playing? I don't think so.
No, he's out.
Give me Iowa then. Iowa's got a good D.
He quit on his team. Yeah.
He's probably just preparing for the draft.
Yep, quit on his team.
Bunch of quitters just preparing for the NFL.
I'm taking Iowa as well. I'm going to take Iowa.
We say
The
playoff games for
2.5 point
last, right?
favorites. I don't think
We
both
say,
teams really care much about this game, especially Kentucky.
we say playoff games for last.
You know what? I have no idea who's starting at quarterback for Kentucky, though.
I don't know.
I gotta see. I might change my pick.
Got the playoff semis next, but we're probably doing those last.
Yeah, we'll do those last. So,
All right, going to Monday, January 2nd. We got the red. Was that the really a Quest Bowl or whatever that is?
oh, I
Mississippi
didn't make
State
my.
versus
I
Illinois.
didn't make my pick. I didn't make my pick for the
We're just doing the playoff games last
Destin Wade is the quarterback. Yeah,
for Kentucky.
yeah, they do have a couple good receivers in Barry and Brown and Tavian Robinson. So I don't know if they're going to be playing in the bowl game.
All right, we got the on Monday, January 2nd. We got the Relia Quest Bowl. We got Mississippi State versus Illinois. Illinois is favored by 2 in this game. Who you got?
Wait a second. You know what? I'm gonna go Kentucky, actually.
Wow, going Kentucky now, God.
Yeah. Not trusting Iowa, especially with Brian Ferentz as offensive coordinator.
It's that defense though.
So we got the ReliaQuest Bowl, Mississippi State versus Illinois. Both teams are obviously gonna play with a heavy heart after the incident that happened over the past couple of days. And yeah.
There's some rest in peace, Mike Leach.
Yeah, rest in peace, Mike Leach. Just terrible what happened. Heart attack. You know, defensive coordinator Zach Arnett is now the full-time head coach. He'll have these guys playing with the chip on their shoulder. I was going to pick Illinois in this game, but I got to go with Mississippi State now. I just think there's too much to play for them. Now,
I got to go Mississippi State too.
Yeah, give me Mississippi State in this one. Got to go with it. Landon picked Illinois, of course.
Of course, he's disagreeing with us. What do you expect?
Yeah, doesn't matter the circumstances.
It doesn't matter. He's just disagreeing with us like most of these picks.
Yeah. The Tulane Greenway versus the USC Trojans in the Cotton Bowl. How about what a season for the Tulane, man?
Yeah, what a season.
USC is a 2.5-point favorite, but Caleb Williams is expecting to play in this game. So
what was he a trans? Was he an NFL
hamstring up? That should be huge for them. I do think Tulane will play a very good game. I think USC is going to have too much on this one.
Was Caleb Williams like an NFL draft prospect now?
Not yet. He's only a sophomore.
Oh, dang. Give me USC in this game.
Yeah. I think we're just doing college picks, yeah. We have the Cheez-It Citrus Bowl. The Cheez-It is sponsoring 2 bowls this year, the Cheez-It Bowl and the Citrus Bowl.
Wow, college football loves Cheez-Its.
Yeah, the cheesiest. LSU was a 15-point favorite in this game. The largest.
God, man. I think that's a bit too much.
Way too much.
Yeah, way too much.
Quarterback. They have a ton of opt-outs, though, Purdue. So give me LSU in this one. Purdue has so many opt-outs. Aiden O'Connell, Charlie Jones are 2 top offensive players that opted out.
Yeah, give me LSU as well.
Yeah, I think LSU will win this one. Brian Kelly gets a nice win here. I'm not sure if Jaden Daniels is playing, but I don't think it matters.
All right, the Rose Bowl.
Purdue has no offense. Yep. The Rose Bowl. Penn State versus Utah. Man, this Utah team saved Ohio State's season. Penn State's a very special team. I really like what's going on. I think Sean Clifford will play in this game. Man, I think we can see some Drew Lar too. What do you think in this one?
Give me Utah.
Give me Utah?
Give me Utah, yeah. They're not going to the Rose Bowl.
I was going to take Penn State, but I think Utah won. I don't see them going 0-2 in 2 consecutive Rose Bowls. I think they're going to win.
Yeah. They should have won the last year's game, to be honest.
Yeah.
But it's Stroud. What do you expect?
Yeah. I do think Penn State's a very good team. It'll be a very good game, but give me Utah here. They'll cover the 2.5 as well. I just can't see them losing 2 straight Rose Bowls. Kyle Whittingham is a great head coach, and I believe Cam Rising will play in this game. They're not a team that's going to have opt-outs either. I think Penn State has a couple opt-outs too. So let's go to the college football playoff semifinals. We have TCU versus Michigan. What do you think in this one, Clayton?
Well, y'all know who I'm picking. I'm going with TCU. I'm just kidding. I'm going with Michigan.
Yeah, I got to go Michigan. I think Max Duggan's going to play with a heavy heart. You know, after losing the Big 12 championship game, I think this one will be close for a few for like the first three quarters, and Michigan pulls away in the fourth quarter. Yeah,
They're just gonna explode in the second half, like they've been doing against teams like they're like losing the
yeah,
Rutgers at halftime, then they murder them.
yeah. That's the thing about what
They
was
suck
it?
at the first half, but then the second half they just explode.
Yeah,
Like, weren't we losing to you guys at halftime when we played
yeah.
y'all? Yeah, we just hey, and we outscored y'all second half 28-3. Don't want to say that if there's Falcons fans in here, because
Yeah.
you know why.
Yeah, give me Michigan in this one. I think they'll have too much in the end for TCU. But, I don't know. Ohio State Buckeyes versus the Georgia Bulldogs. Going to be a good game. I feel like this will be a better game than people think. So, I don't know. Who you got in this one, Clayton?
Gotta go Georgia.
Yeah. I'm going Ohio State. I can't pick against my team, especially in the semifinals. Ohio State versus Alabama, 2014 college football playoff semifinals. Ohio State had no shot. I can't remember what the line was. I think Ohio State was a 16-point underdog or something coming into that game, especially with bad quarterback Cardale Jones. Let me see.
Well, I gotta go back to that.
Let me check the spread.
See who we can get there first.
They were a
Come on,
9-point favorite, not 16, but still a large
Alabama
line.
ones.
Taking
Alabama.
Ohio State. We're gonna get a rematch of the game in the national championship.
If it happens, if it happens,
Yep.
I have Michigan versus Georgia.
Yeah. So who you got in Michigan, Georgia?
Give me Michigan. Screw it. Let's go.
Yeah, why not? Screw it. I'm picking Ohio State to beat Michigan. They're not going to lose to Michigan two times in a year. Ryan Day is going to make the adjustments needed to win the national championship. We got to pick our teams, man. And I got to say,
No,
I mean, last time Ohio State had no chance and they were a 4 seed. Look what they did. I mean, this team's going to have an absolute chip on their shoulder, especially losing to Michigan twice. What could definitely help them. Really could see.
let's just be biased here. We're both being biased.
Yeah.
Let's call this the
Georgia
Adam Rank
wins it
Show of the
all.
college football playoff.
Man, I hope Georgia doesn't start some crazy dynasty. It's going to be annoying.
Stetson Bennett goes off on y'all.
I have a feeling Stetson Bennett's going to have a bad game. He's getting all this hype with the Heisman and everything. It's going to get to him. He'll have a
He
bad
didn't win the
game.
Heisman. It was Caleb
I
Williams.
know, but he had with him being finalist and everything out of nowhere, all this hype. Yeah,
Wow.
I think it's going to hurt him. Like nobody talked about Stetson Bennett last year. Everyone's talking about him now for whatever reason. So I got Ohio State winning. We have some breaking news. Omar Narvaez is signing with the Mets.
Who?
Generational talent. Omar Narvaez, catcher.
Wow. Signing with the Mets?
Yeah, winning it
For
all.
what? For what?
I don't know. They didn't say.
Wow. You got the 49ers and the Seahawks.
Yeah. James McCain would be trading them.
49ers win the division.
Yeah.
You guys played on Saturday.
Well, there goes George Kittle, touchdown San Francisco.
What? George Kittle just scored? God.
Yeah, like 25 yards. Man,
It's kind of
Brock Purdy's a beast. You know what's funny? I don't even think Brock Purdy was terrible in college, but he's lighting up the NFL out of nowhere.
Yeah, Kenneth Walker's playing this game.
Yeah. Like I don't know if you remember Brock Purdy at Iowa State. He just wasn't that good, but
Kenneth Walker carried Michigan State, let's be real.
yeah, he did. For sure.
He's probably gonna be offensive rookie of the year this year in the NFL.
Yeah, probably. I mean,
Defense is probably gonna be in Hutchinson or Sauce Gardner. Sunday's gonna determine probably.
Yeah. I think it'll be Gardner. Extra point is good for San
That's
Francisco.
that's the determine who's gonna. You think the Jets are gonna beat the Lions?
Um,
I believe the
no,
Jets are favored.
I think the Lions will win.
Bro, How's it? Sauce Gardner's doing better than Jalen Ramsey right now.
Yeah.
Sauce is extremely underrated. He's about to be a star in the NFL.
Yeah.
Give him a
It's a
couple more.
two,
Give him a few more years, and he'll be one of the best corners in the league.
definitely. I like
Give
Sauce
him,
Gardner. It's a
give
2 year,
him,
$15 million deal for Narvaez and the Mets.
give him a couple. Give him a few more years. You got the Colts or the Vikings?
Yeah.
Who you got? The Colts or the Vikings?
I got the Vikings. Not
Yeah.
trust Saturday right now.
Sadly, yeah, the Vikings are probably winning the division if they win.
Yeah.
Yeah. Hey, we stopped them. Ha.
Yeah.
Even though it's not gonna, we're not winning the division. At least it's not the Packers again. Thank God. Thank God. You got the
Yeah.
Ravens or the Browns. You gonna be biased here?
I have to be. I mean, backup quarterback for the Ravens. I think Deshaun Watson will get it going. However, rhythm
Yeah.
in this game.
Browns are favored by 3.
Yeah. If his first home game in Cleveland,
Dolphins versus the Bills.
I'm going the Bills.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I don't think Dolphins can do it again. Tua's playing terrible now.
Yeah, Tua's been playing like dog.
Mid per sources.
All right, this one's gonna be easy. The Eagles and the Bears.
Eagles.
Yeah,
Yeah,
they're
easy.
just gonna stomp on the freaking Bears, which I
Definitely.
like to see because I don't like the Bears.
Yeah.
The Falcons versus the Aints.
Give me the Saints. We don't pick the Falcons here on Sports Expert Max channel.
Yeah, they both suck this year.
Who are you taking?
Give me the Saints.
Saints, yeah.
Lions versus Jets. Give me Lions. Lions are on a roll, even though Jets are favored. Give me underdogs.
Yeah,
Underdogs all day. The Steelers and the Panthers. Two dog teams.
definitely.
Who you got?
Um, I'm gonna go with the Steelers.
Yeah. Okay. Kenny Pickett only has 4 touchdowns all year.
Yeah, he stinks.
Yeah.
Oh
You think
yeah,
Trubisky's better
yeah,
than him?
Neo. That's true, Neo.
You think Trubisky's better than Pickett? Huh. If you're a Steelers fan, who would you rather start, Pickett or Mitch Trubisky?
Um, I would say Pickett.
Yeah, they both
Trubisky
suck.
provides anything.
Give me a second.
Yeah.
Give me a second. I'll be back.
All right. Seahawks are just a dumpster fire in this game. Seahawks are getting destroyed already.
All right. Steelers suck. So do the Panthers. Both suck. Wow, Deontay Johnson hasn't got a touchdown all year.
He has no touchdowns.
He has no touchdowns all year. Deontay Johnson.
Yeah.
He has 6-7 catches for like 647 yards. Catches. Cowboys versus Jaguars.
Yeah.
Big
I'm going the Cowboys.
Cowboys, yeah. They have a good. They keep running the ball.
Definitely.
They're like Michigan from last year. They have two good running backs. Who would you say is better right now, Zeke or Tony Pollard?
I would say Tony Pollard.
Yeah, you think Zeke's washed?
Um,
Zeke's
yeah, I don't know if he's fully washed. He's still solid, but he's definitely not as good as he used to
What's
be.
going on, Alex? What's going on, Alex?
What's
Well,
up,
this
Alex? How's it going, man?
this next game is gonna be easy. Chiefs versus Texans. Wonder who we
Uh,
picking? The Texans. I'm just kidding. We're not picking the Texans. That's
yeah,
stupid.
you gotta go Chiefs, man.
Bro, if someone picks the Texans, they're a bunch of idiots.
Yeah,
You picked, even though the Texans almost picked the Cowboys, bro. I'll give them credit for that, but they're not beating the freaking Chiefs. We'd be a bunch of idiots if we picked the Texans to beat them.
yeah.
Especially when Kansas City's favored by 14. I am not picking the. All right, we got two teams that suck: the Cardinals and the Broncos.
Um,
Let's go with the Broncos. Screw
I
it.
think I picked Broncos.
I'll go with the Broncos. Screw it.
Yeah, why not?
Patriots and Raiders. Raiders are the 1 point favorite.
Yeah,
Give me the Patriots though.
yeah. I'm going Patriots. Bill Belichick knows Josh McDaniels' offense. He'll figure it out.
Ba-da-ba-ba-ba. Josh McDaniels is just a horrible head coach.
Horrible, terrible. Yeah,
You shouldn't. Raiders are just stupid. They shouldn't stick with Basashia.
yeah,
It would be better if they want to stick with him, but the Raiders are a bunch of idiots.
definitely. Who do you think is winning Titans Chargers?
I'm gonna go Chargers. They're probably fired up after that win over the Dolphins. I'm gonna go Chargers, man.
Yeah, I gotta go Chargers too. I
All
think
right.
that too much offense for this Titans team.
This
They're
is
starting
their
to
next
struggle.
game is against two quarterbacks that against with these two teams. Joe Burrow against Tom Brady.
Yeah, Bucks suck this year. Give me the Bengals on the road.
Yeah.
Tom Brady is terrible at football now.
Ever since he broke up with got divorced.
Giselle, yeah.
Bro, my math teacher really loves Tom Brady.
Really?
Yeah.
Dang. All right,
Dang.
later, Neo. It was fun having you here, man.
All right. See you, man. Sunday night football, the Giants versus the Commanders.
Going with the Commanders. Daniel Jones can't win in prime time.
Yeah,
He's like
Daniel Jones is pretty much done.
he's never won in prime time before.
The Giants are probably going off probably L's for the next week. They play the Vikings next week, L. Who they play? Who the heck do they play the Colts next week? That's probably the last win they'll probably get in. They play the Eagles and that's an L. Huh. We got the Rams and the Packers.
Give me the Packers, but I would not roll a Rams win here.
Rams just too hurt, especially when they screwed me in fantasy. The Rams did, right? Like their best
Yeah,
player got hurt. Cooper Cup. God dang it! God dang it! I was in a way.
yeah,
It was like it was him or Nick Chubb was my best player on my fantasy.
definitely. But yeah, I got to go Packers. I think they'll take
I got like
the
two Browns players on my fantasy. Mad Nick Chubb and Amari Cooper.
yeah.
Dang man. Dang man. Let's do. Let's pick the rest of the games for the season.
Yeah.
Tight. For week 16, starting off the Jags and the Jets.
What are we picking?
Let's go Jets.
What are we doing here? What are we picking?
I'm going Jets.
I don't know if I can do week 16 picks yet because I usually go out because there could be potential injuries
Oh,
this
you
week,
got that right. Got that right.
and I always try to think of I don't know, like if one team loses, they might be due to win the next week. I don't know.
Huh? This is
Like,
this is what a disappointed Lions fan does on Thanksgiving.
what about Thanksgiving?
What a disappointing Lions fan does on Thanksgiving. Eat a
Oh,
whole turkey leg.
dang.
That's what I did. That's what I did this Thanksgiving after the Lions shouldn't beat the Bills.
Yeah, they can't win.
They always lose in stupid ways.
Yeah,
Every time. The freaking Bills always find ways to beat us.
yeah,
God, the goddamn Bills. God, man. Wow. What's the weather supposed to be in Chicago? What's going to be the coldest game? I don't think it's going to be in Seattle. I don't think so. What's the weather in Seattle right now? Probably cold.
yeah,
Wonder what's the coldest game this week? Domes don't count. It's 38 degree. Yeah, 38 degrees in Seattle right now.
yeah. Pretty cold there.
Cold, yeah. It's not the coldest. The Browns game is 2 degrees colder. The Bills game is like 4 degrees colder than the Browns game. Domes don't count. Domes are like the OP. You know, guy. Domes got to deal with no weather.
Yeah,
Bears is 29. The Eagles and Bears is 29 degrees. I think that might be the coldest. Nope. The Rams and Packers 24 degrees. 24 degrees. Week 16. I'm thinking it might be the Bills and Bears. Bills and Bears is supposed to be 14 degrees.
hmm? Oh,
The Bills and Bears game actually supposed to be 14 degrees on Christmas Eve.
yeah,
Give me a lot of good. Can't wait for the playoff. Wow. 15 degrees in Kansas City next week for the Seahawks. Steelers. Steelers against the 18. Not the coldest. It ain't gonna be the coldest here today, mate. Come
now
on,
the
Mark.
49ers are punting now.
Uh, still 7-0. Yeah, still 7-0. It's what the first quarter just ended.
Yeah,
Brock Purdy's gonna be a good quarterback in the future.
yeah.
Kenneth Walker's only rushed for 6 yards all game. Geno Smith hasn't been Geno Smith. Well, as a Lions fan, we need the 49ers to win anyway, because we need Seahawks to choke. Like, the teams
Yeah,
we, as a Lions fan, teams we need to be worried about are the Seahawks, the Giants, and the Commanders.
yeah. I
So,
mean, you know,
well, I know at least one of those teams are going to lose because the Giants and Commanders are playing.
I think Giants are missing the playoffs. I think the Giants fall off is happening now.
So, Saquon's like carrying the Giants.
Yeah.
You think the Jets are the better New York team
Um,
over the Giants?
I would take the Jets.
Not over the Bills, though.
No.
Yeah, the Bills are like they're a Super Bowl contender. Adam winning the Super Bowl at the beginning of the year. Defending champs, probably not going to the playoffs.
Hmm?
Rams not going to the playoffs this year. Dang,
Yeah, they're done.
man, that's gonna be so crazy. Let's look at the NFL playoff picture before Week 15. Where's that? There it is. All right, so for Week 15 for the NFL, the playoff clinching scenarios for the AFC. The Bills can clinch a playoff berth with at least a win. If they win, they're in.
Hmm.
Or a Bills tie, a Chargers loss, or a Bills tie and a Jets loss and a Patriots loss, or a Bills tie plus a Jets loss plus a Patriots loss plus a Chargers loss. So They just gotta win pretty much.
Yeah.
All right. Yeah. Kansas City can clinch the AFC West with a win or a Chargers loss. Well, they can probably just want to win. They can't afford to lose.
Yeah.
We play the, the worst team in the NFL, the Houston Texans, the worst team in the NFL. You know
Yeah.
they almost beat
The
the
Texans are
Cowboys.
so bad. It's actually insane.
They're so bad that they almost beat the Cowboys.
Yeah.
Cowboys could be overrated, but they can destroy the Vikings. They can't even destroy the worst team in the NFL. Kansas City could play fourth with a win, a Jets and a Patriots loss. You know they can just clinch the division with a win. NFC NFC Minnesota clinched the NFC North with a win or a tie, or a Lions loss or a tie. You know they just need a win. They play the Colts. Colts suck. 49ers clinch the NFC West with a win. If they win, Cowboys clinch playoff berth with at least a win. If they win, they're heading to the playoffs.
Yeah.
Or if tie, or if the Giants and Commanders game does not end in a tie. But that's stupid though. Why do they do that crap? NFL games end in a tie. It's stupid.
Mm-hmm.
Stupid.
Very
Why do
stupid.
they do
I don't
that?
understand that. Gotta fix it.
Yeah, they got Roger Goodell. If Roger Goodell's watching this, better fix that.
Yeah.
Come on, Roger Goodell, please. For the love of God, Roger Goodell, just pick or just get rid of the title. That's stupid. Why? Come on. You do that in the playoffs. Why don't you do that in the regular season? We don't want any more ties.
Yeah.
Ties? I don't want to deal with no ties.
Same.
Come on, man. The AFC playoff picture right now. The Bills get the bye. You get Patriots vs Chiefs, Dolphins vs Ravens, and Bengals vs Titans. NFC. Eagles get the bye. Then you get Giants, Vikings, Commanders, Niners, and Cowboys and Bucks.
Yeah.
Well, Bucks. Well, someone's in that division's got to make it, but then they're probably gonna lose the Cowboys.
Yeah.
You know the Bucks already beat the Cowboys. The Cowboys. Wow. Bills. I got Chiefs over Patriots. Give me Dolphins over Ravens and Bengals over Titans. And then you give me Bills over Dolphins. Give me Bengals over Chiefs and Bills over Bengals. Bills go to the Super Bowl on the AFC side.
Yeah.
And then Bills get the bye. Vikings over Giants. 49ers over Commanders. Cowboys over Bucks. And then give me Cowboys losing to the Eagles. Eagles will win. Give me 49ers over Vikings. And then give me Eagles over 49ers. Eagles over the Super Bowl. And
Yeah.
then I think the Bills beat the Eagles in the Super Bowl. This could be my super team for NFL players right now, like current players. Quarterback, give me Patrick Mahomes. He's just having a good year.
Yeah. I'll be right back.
Would you agree with me?
Would I agree with what?
Mine.
Would I agree with what?
All right. That's my first running back. Give me Derrick Henry, then Nick Chubb, and my two.
No, I gotta go Nick Chubb
And
over
then my
Derrick
wide.
Henry.
Yeah. Let's end this stream after I do my team, man.
Yeah.
Oh, wide receiver
I'll
one,
be
give
right back.
me
I'll be
Tyreek
right back.
Hill. Dang, man. Let's go, Mahomes. The O line. Eagles. The O line. Jason Kelsey and Johnson. Justin Fields. The Bears. All right. So what I was saying for my two-pick team here for NFL players, quarterback Mahomes. Would you agree?
What about Mahomes?
Like for my quarterback, my starting quarterback,
Yeah,
my running back one, give me Henry. Then my running back two, give me Chubb. Would you agree?
yeah, I agree.
So you said you put Chubb over him over Henry.
Yeah, I would.
Huh. My
Yeah.
wide receiver one, give me Tyreek Hill. My two, give me Jay Jazz, and my three, give me Stephon Diggs.
Yeah, Tyreek Hill. Who are your top three receivers? Hill, Diggs, and who else?
Tyreek Hill, Stephon Diggs, and Jay Jazz.
And who? What do you say?
Justin Jefferson.
Jeff Jefferson. Yeah, I'm going Hill, Jefferson, and Adams.
No Diggs.
Nah.
I just think Devontae Adams has had a bad coach. Josh McDaniels is not a good coach at all.
Yeah,
Tight end, give me Travis Kelce. That's easy. Best tight end in the league.
definitely.
O line, give me the Eagles. Eagles for sure got the best
The
O line in
Eagles
the league.
definitely have the best O line.
Yeah, they have like players like Jason Kelsey, Elaine Johnson. Someone I know likes one of their like Jordan Mailata or whatever his name is.
Yeah,
Maybe why? Because he's like Australian or something.
yeah, he's something. I can't
Yeah, he's
remember.
Australian. He's for sure Australian.
Yeah.
And then defense, let's go with the 49ers defense.
Oh yeah, 49ers is easily the best defense.
They have players like Nick Bosa and all that. Nick Bosa is probably the leader of that defense. Yeah,
Yeah,
you
he's
think,
an Aussie.
you think Nick Bosa is better than Joey?
Do I think Nick Bosa what?
Nick Bosa is better than Joey.
Yeah, probably.
But when I saw Nick Bosa in college, I thought Joey Bosa like returned from the college from the NFL.
Yeah,
Like, like what the hell? Why I thought Joey Bosa was in the NFL. Um, Christian McCaffrey traded though when I first heard it was crazy. But y'all
yeah,
for jumping a bunch of 10-year-olds. Knew they were gonna be good, even though they first game they played, they got murdered by the Chiefs. I don't think the Giants are making it. Yeah, I'm heading out, man. See you, man.
All right, see you, man. I appreciate everyone being that tuned in.
Yeah.
This will be the end of the stream.
Shout,
I
shout out
appreciate
to
everyone being
Matt
here.
for letting me on this stream and doing these bull picks.
Yeah, we had a
And
good
we
time.
15 in the NFL.
But yeah, I appreciate everyone being here. Sports expert
So
here. Peace.
peace out. Peace out, y'all.